નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. Adarsh Education Society welcomes you all here. Dear student friends, we'll move ahead here in the same poem, A Tiger in the Zoo. We have already completed the discussion, animal cruelty. This also can be an essay for you, so that be with that concept also. Here we will move ahead with figures of speech. Gradually you will get ideas about all the figures of speech. Just before that, it can be a rapid revision for you. See here, his talks stripes, alliteration, first one. Next to that, his talks, think for it, can be personification also. The few steps of his cage, if you will combine both it together, it can be metaphor also. Few steps of his cage, that is only a stalks. That's what metaphor. Next to that, you see here, quiet, quiet. We are talking about these two lines. On pads of velvet, quiet, on his quiet rage. You see here, word itself is repeated. No need to say anything, you can understand it. Next to that, one more thing I'll tell you. What I identify here, that is with the first glance. If you will think it in detail, you will get another also. Okay. He should be lurking in shadow. Shadow sliding through the long grass. If you'll think both together, alliteration and metaphor. Near the waterhole where plump deer pass. Plump pass. Where water. Got the idea? Alliteration as well as metaphor both together. He should be snarling around the houses. This word indicates sound. A word with the indication of sound, naturally you will get the idea with the onomatopoeia. He should be snarling around house. He is at the jungle's edge. Best example for onomatopoeia. Bearing his white fangs. His clothes. Body parts. Naturally you will guess for synecdo. Nothing is wrong with that. That is also correct. Terrorizing the village. If you will think both these lines together, it can be metaphor also. Once again I'll tell you. Bearing his white fangs and his clothes, terrorizing. His white fangs and his claws is equal to village terrorizing. Is equal to is there. Got the idea? Next to that. But he is locked in a concrete cell. One thing I'll tell you. This is for the metaphor. Where he is locked, that place is equal to a concrete cell. Here you will pay attention that C is here, C is here, but it's with a different pronunciation, so that alliteration will not be possible over there. Got the idea? But he is locked in a concrete cell. His strength is behind the bar. What is behind the bar? That is equal to his strength. Naturally, metaphor. Stoking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. You see here, once again, in the first line only the same word is used. Here also, once again you can think for metaphor. Is ignore is equal to visitor, visitors is equal to ignorance, is equal to is given over there. Once again he hears last voice, once again voice comes, and that voice is of patrolling car. Sound comes, onomatopoeia. He hears the last voice at night, and the voice is of patrolling car. Okay. Next to that, he stares with his brilliant eyes. First of all, brilliant eyes, body parts, synecdo. But what he stares, that is equal to with his brilliant eyes, and what he sees with his brilliant eyes is equal to brilliant stars. So that if you will think for these two lines, that is for onomatopoeia. If you will think for these two lines, that is synecdo as well as metaphor. In this way, you will think for the different poems, and you will try to find out what's there with a new one, concept in figures of speech. Apart from that, if you will concentrate here, thinking about the poem, what's there, find the words that describe the movement and action of the tiger in the cage in the wild. Arrange them in two columns. The movement where it is with the domestic surroundings and where he is in the wild surroundings, that you will identify. I have discussed it, and you will classify it. Find the words that describe two places and arrange them in two columns. One is behind the bars, one is in the forest. Got the idea? Notice the use of the word repeated in the lines such as velvet, quiet, and quiet rage. I explained it to you just now. The words are given here: velvet, quiet, and quiet rage, quiet, total peace. Stairs, brilliant eyes, brilliant stars. Very simple. Here it is. Here it is told for brilliant, brilliant. That is for a repetition. In this way, here we end with our poem, A Tiger in the Zoo. Got the idea? Once again, I say you, be ready with the animal cruelty and animal freedom with your concept, especially for the essay. Thanks a lot to you all. Thank you. Thanks a lot for joining us